Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Confessions of a Rock and Roll Cameraman. I'm your host, Pat Canavan, and I'm here with superstar Superman Tony Wanamaker.
Thank you, Pat. If you notice, I'm wearing Superman here. Got a little Batman there. And I'm like a hybrid superhero because I have one superpower, Pat.
What's that, Tony?
I can make weed disappear. Maybe not. Okay.
Where we're going to find out a little later. So this is an amazing episode. We're going to focus in on Batman, Bond, B-movies, and Femme fatales. Russ Meyer movies and such. But before we get started, we'd really like you to either go to our website, cornrc.com, confessions of a rock and roll cameraman.com, sign up to our VIP mailing list, and we will send you the medley of the 80s novelette written by our man, Tony Wanamaker.
Thank you, Pat.
And we will also be sending you out other things like little clips of the show that we don't show to everybody, just to our special fans. And then if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe or like or share button. Send it to your friends. When you're on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, and all the rest, like and subscribe there too, because we don't know where you are. You know,
I love
we've
it.
got so many people all over the world tuning in.
Yes.
Watching us on YouTube, watching us on Vimeo, but listening to us on all these other platforms. And we want to say thanks. I totally want to say thanks for being part of our community.
We're getting feedback, actually, on the show from Kenya and South America, Finland, and England.
So awesome.
Global appeal, man. I love it.
So, speaking of global appeal,
Yeah.
what is more global than our man Batman?
Batman, that's the ultimate, man. The
Yeah.
King Crusader, right?
You...
The Dark Knight.
I was seeing that you as a kid had a great run-in with the Batmobile.
Yeah, think of the boys of summer. We're kids, right? we're at this point, we're probably about 12 years old.
Okay.
And all points bulletin go out that near our favorite confectionery, the Sherwood Smoke Shop, where I won a 5-trick yo-yo award, Pat. And it was the place, it was heaven for somebody at my age because it actually had the Corgi Batmobile. And it had like the Bond Batmobile.
Like in the store window kind of thing? Like they were selling them there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This was the place to hang out. And oddly enough, Pat, I got a call from a friend on his monkey bars, and he gave me a shout. I drove by the house and said, "Hey, the Batmobile's in town." And I went, "What?" Yeah. So it was parked in a trailer, okay, on Sherwood Park, right, which is just off Yonge Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you got to see, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was. I think it was en route to the
kid.
C&E. I think it was a show pony for the C&E. The series had been finished, right? And anyhow, it's 1969, right? So I'm 11, actually. And it was amazing. We checked to see, and lo and behold, the lock at the back of the trailer wasn't locked. So we popped it, opened the door, and I couldn't resist, man. I went in. It was like going into the Batcave.
Oh, wow.
I was scared. I got up to the driver's side door, and I was tempted to jump in. I did remember seeing the little red bat phone in there. Fantastic, right? And it had all the accoutrements. You can see it right here if Elizabeth will shoot you the close-up. So I'm probably on this side right here, and I'm tempted to jump in, but I make my way here, and I can look back at the trailer, and I see this one little shaft of light coming in the silhouettes of my friends. And it was great because I had a really cool African-American friend, Craig, and he had this super kid-and-play afro. It was awesome. So I could see that floating in the background, which gave me a little confidence. My friends are nearby, but I felt I was in, the deep, dark, cavernous cellar. And so I was scared, and I cut my visit short, and I split.
Well, sure. I mean,
But I got to see the Batmobile, but I didn't go in it.
You got to see the Batmobile. I've never been that close to the Batmobile.
And I got to see it again.
So you got to see it again?
Second time. Yeah.
Where?
This is the weird thing, Pat. And this underscores what you talk about, the weird serendipity. Here I ended up south of Scotland, a place called Keswick. Keswick is the British equivalent of Banff. So
Okay.
you might expect mountaineering, really expensive Starbucks, some equipment,
Yeah.
and
It's an outdoorsy place?
totally outdoorsy place. Lovely. But lo and behold, in the middle of it, man, it's sort of like what you might find in Clifton Hill in Niagara Falls, there's Pete Nelson's Automobile Museum.
There's an automobile museum in Keswick.
And he has a stellar group of car collection. He has everything from the Monster coach from the Munsters, Mr. Bean's car, saw that with the big padlock on it, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, for those who remember the Disney film.
No way.
The Aston Martin DB5 from Goldfinger, man. This is it. That's why I bought this. Actually, I bought this off Peter, right? As a souvenir.
Nice.
And it was incredible. And the Batmobile, brother. I came up to it again. I was so tempted to jump in, but I didn't want to wear out my welcome, and I just got there.
God, do you think it was the same Batmobile?
Good question. There's actually been, if I understand correctly, 4 or 5 made. There was the original model that George Barris made, right? The famous one. Actually, Pat, it just sold for $4.65 million.
I know. I hope
Crazy.
the check clears.
Good. Actually, our friend Elon Musk went and bought one of the original Bond cars. And he bought the Lotus Esprit, which was the submarine, the underwater submarine, in A View to a Kill. So everybody's interested in this stuff, and I'm a super huge fan, so I had to get a chance to make contact again. Peter Nelson was kind of excited and realized in a heartbeat that I'm a super fan of pop culture.
Yeah.
And Pat, he heard that I was diving. A week earlier, before I met Pete, I was in Bahamas, and I was working on a show where I was diving with sharks. Pretty cool.
Okay, so you're in the Bahamas a week before going to Keswick.
That's right. Yeah.
And you're doing Bond stuff.
Yeah. I did Bond stuff on the side.
Yeah. Well when I say when you're doing Bond stuff, you're diving near the set where the Bond, what was it? Was it Goldfinger?
No, I was there shooting a show, right, about people, the fear of sharks.
Okay.
And when I had time off, I grabbed another tank, and I understood that not far from where I was diving was the set of Thunderball.
Oh, Thunderball.
Yes.
Okay.
This is where the Vulcan bomber was commandeered, and they put it underwater.
Yes.
But what is his name? Emilio Largo was the nemesis, right? And so he managed to hide it, and he has a nuclear weapon. Okay. So pretty cool. I had a chance to dive that. And what was interesting, because it's a Hollywood prop, it's mostly C-clamps and pipe. But what was very interesting, you'll see a scene where the diver, Rico Browning, spends a lot of time shooting it. Mm-hmm. And that's James Bond swimming under the fuselage of the jet aircraft.
Okay.
And you see the tires are intact. And I was down there hitting the tires. They're still fine after 50 years.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so that must have intrigued Peter Nelson.
He was totally blown away. He couldn't believe that because, I talked about that and being close to the set at 20,000 leagues below the Disney film. So it was all pretty cool. Anyways, I guess it piqued his curiosity and his intrigue. And he said, I'm going to reciprocate, Tony. Follow me. So we had finished up the day.
Okay. Yeah.
This is leisure time. We're going to hang out.
Sure.
And so with this aristocrat and his convertible, right, and scarf, glasses, he drives, and I can hear Fellini music while he's driving, right? And he takes me to this bizarre, decrepit, old, abandoned warehouse. And I thought, what the hell am I getting into?
Yeah, really? What the heck?
Right. Did we just turn a corner? Anyhow, I open the door, brother. He flicks on a light, and I am gobsmacked.
Why?
Because every Batmobile, every Bond car in existence is in this showroom.
He had
everything.
Everything.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I don't know how many iterations he had of the Bond car, because I was saying earlier, Barris made the original, and then he immediately made a copy of that, and then he had 2 more. So if I understand correctly, folks, and please write in, I want to know this. We understand there was 4. There was the original 3 copies made, right? And again, that car, the original Barris, apparently was sold in 2013 for almost $5 million. And then it's been sold again in 2016. So I don't know what's whereabouts. But,
wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
One of the most popular cars on Earth.
So what's great about the stories about Batman is you've met Batmen.
Yes, man. Yes.
Tell me about meeting Batman.
Well, the Batman to me, 1967, is, of course, Bruce Wayne, right? And the TV series. This is wild. This is an autograph I picked up in 1982. I was just a fan. C&E, man. I'm standing in line like everybody else, waiting to meet the Cape Crusader. The only thing at this point, Adam is aging a little bit, and when he took off that utility belt, in a skin-tight suit. Well, the rest is history.
Yeah, turn a little Shatner on you. Oh, put that up for a second.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah. Look at this.
Pretty cool.
That's amazing.
So so I got to meet the original Bond, and then
you mean Batman?
Thank you. The original Batman.
Batman, yeah.
Yeah.
And where did you see him?
Well, I saw him at the CNE, and it was an autograph session. It was a chance to meet and greet with the stars. Fantastic.
What other Batman did you meet?
The next time I meet everybody was in 1992. Paramount Pictures was introducing a movie called School Ties. Brendan Fraser, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, right? Chris O'Donnell.
I've never heard of this show. These four people were in it?
But think of these Mavericks they have in the stable. Unbelievable. And each, what an incredible career. But in that, I met Ben Affleck, who became, in the last iteration, before the new release now, which was Batman versus Superman. So I got a chance to meet him as well. Very calm, quiet guy, but it was cool. In that meeting, I met the second Robin in my life, which was Chris O'Donnell, who played in two movies, one with George Clooney, and I think with Val Kilmer. I'm not sure. Yeah.
The second Robin.
Yeah. Chris O'Donnell. This is the one that had the suits with the nipples? Yeah.
Wow. So did you meet the original Robin?
Yes. Check this out, folks. This is great fun, man. This is amazing. That is Burt Ward, 1986. And he's definitely in the Robin regalia, which is pretty cool.
Come on. No, wait a minute. I'm looking at this, and he looks exactly the same as he did in 1969.
And that was my impression, too. Unbelievable. I don't think he's ever aged. Unbelievable, right?
That is unbelievable.
And this happened. This shot is taken in a master control room on the third floor of 99 Queen Street East. And beside me, who's taking the pictures, Daniel Richler, all right, from the new music.
Oh, now, so this was the new music?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I took a picture of Daniel with Robin. It was really crafty. Daniel brought a really cool DC comics about Batman and Robin, and he's standing back to back with Robin as if they're both reading Batman comics. It's very clever.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, nice job, Daniel.
That is cool.
You'd have to usurp me, right?
Well, Batman certainly... I love this, though. You know, there's been so many iterations of Batman, but... I'm remembering the Simpsons episode where Adam West shows up in a car convention, and he says, "Oh, and you must only know the new Catwoman."
Michelle Pfeiffer? The only true Catwoman is Julie Newmar, Lee Merriweather, or Eartha Kitt. And I didn't need molded plastic to improve my physique. Pure West.
You asked me a minute ago about did I meet any of the arch nemesis of Batman and Robin. And two of the ones that I had a chance to meet at a comic convention were, of course, look at this. Julie Newmar, right? The iconic Batwoman. We know Eartha Kitt did it. And, Mayweather did it as well. But she writes here, Tony, perfect. Kind of cute.
Wow.
And this is an intriguing character here. Frank Gorshin, who played the iconic Riddler. Amazing.
Tell me about Frank.
Frank was an interesting story. Kind of met him a second time. I met him the first time, and I was surprised because I could smell a lot of alcohol in the room.
Oh.
And anyways, by his comportment, I talk a lot about in the book. It wasn't a great experience, not so much for me for documenting, but the people he interacted with. And I think he had issues with alcohol because years later, I meet him in Malibu. Right, and at the home trailer of Haji, and Haji was with a movie called Faster, Pussycat, Kill with Russ Meyer.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was dating her while he was married. So his wife is somewhere in L.A. and Frank Gorshin is there. And when I walk into this trailer, because I was thinking this might be a good place to do the interview, right? She had a lovely decor in their house, but looking at some photographs, I realized, Frank cohabitates this place. And I'm hearing some really obnoxious sounds and grunts and yelling and things from the back of the house. Immediately, we thought it wasn't suitable to do the interview. And I think alcoholism played a part in this, right? Which is sad. Sad note.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it is.
But let's bring it back to how you got to California to talk to Haji and this group. I mean, first of all, Julie Newmar,
Yeah.
looks like she's from in that outfit, looks like she's from a Russ Meyers film.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
hot for the time.
And how
today.
apropos, Pat, because Russ Meyer, was the king of big boob movies. He was the driving king. He loved, that was his thing. If you read about Russ Meyer, he looks for female leads who have big boobs.
Yeah.
That's his thing. And one of the most famous of femme fatales right here, and it's hard to get it, and we'll cut to that close up, but you can see right here, this is Tura Santana, that's Laurie Williams, and that's Haji, right? Haji's actually Canadian. And so these gals comprise the famous Russ Meyer film, Faster Pussycat, Kill Kill. And what's cool, she's a black belt, she knows Aikido, and she can really kick a guy's ass.
What part of your career got you involved with that group?
It was a really weird circumstance. And I was sitting at my desk. I'm at Space the Imagination Station. I'm bored to tears today. And I look to my right, and honest to goodness, right up there is a poster saying, Faster Pussycat, Kill Kill.
Like the title alone.
Yeah, amazing. And I went, I'm a film major, so I was perplexed that I didn't know who Russ Meyer was. I certainly knew Roger Corman, right? So I go, get on the internet, Google. Next thing you know, I'm communicating. I'm pen pals now with Tura. And when I started communicating, I set up to do a documentary with her group, and she was obliging. And we met. We met in Los Angeles, and the first shot of the day was I had her on a big Harley Davidson.
Okay.
Right? She's a grandma, and I thought it looked pretty cool, right, to see this vixen up there. And don't forget, now look again closely. Notice her black hair and the bangs. She was dating Elvis Presley at the time.
How the heck did she go?
Right? Did you notice Priscilla Presley had to look like that at one point? There's a reason. Yeah.
How did she meet Elvis Presley?
Well, she was
From the
dating
filming?
Elvis Presley because she was a burlesque dancer, right? And that's actually Elvis appropriated some of the moves. Not only did he karate on stage, he practiced dancing by following her burlesque moves, right?
No way.
Yeah. So she was working the show and working 3 shows a day. And one guy walked up to Tura one day and said, "Hey, look, if you don't marry me, I'm going to kill myself." She went, "Whoa, maybe I'll stay away from this." Right?
Yeah, you don't want to marry somebody like that.
No. So she went up, did a show, but he went out in the parking lot and blew his head off.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, lots of pandemonium ensued. She's outside. People can't believe what's happening. In rolls a convertible, man.
What?
Oh, yeah. In rolls a convertible. And in it, man, the guy with the pompadour, Elvis Presley, stands there. And she goes, "Oh, Elvis, guess what happened?" He explained the situation to him. He goes, "Screw that, baby. Hop in. Let's go for a ride." And that was it.
And that was it.
Now, I asked her a question, and she misconstrued it, but the answer was awesome. And I asked her a question, and she responded. She got all blush and all red. And I said, "How was he?" She misconstrued that, and she said, "Oh, he was all man." I went, "Whoa." Okay.
How was Elvis as a person?
So thank you for that. So now you know, right?
That's just hilarious.
Right?
Oh, God. And I'm an Elvis fan.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. That's amazing. So you're interviewing her.
Yeah.
And you're interviewing her about the movies. And I guess you're going to, what, are you going to be starting to play these films? On the
yes. Show? And if you can see here, this was a special. We sort of packaged the show called Boozamania, right? Kind of cool. Makes sense. And we played on both Sex TV and Driving Classics, right? But yeah, it made a feature. But the cool thing is to get these gals and everybody else online.
Yeah.
Right. I had to hook up and say that I was vetted by a producer named Roger Corman, the Pope of pop cinema. Yeah.
Roger Corman.
Yeah. He just happened to launch the careers of Ron Howard, James Cameron, Jack Nicholson, Robert De Niro. It's incredible, his legacy, right?
Yeah. So first of all, so you told them that, Corman's on side.
Yeah, because he was kind of, sort of, maybe, but it was really pending. So I went with it. It was good enough to go. And I managed to get a lot of people to come on side and do this documentary, right? Which is really cool.
Oh, great.
But so I ended up.
So how do you meet Corman? Like, what do you do?
Before meeting Corman, the gals all convened and they decided it'd be pretty cool to invite Paul and I out to a Hollywood party.
Paul
Breton, who was the general manager of Space, who was my sidekick, right? He's my Robin on this. When I get back to Toronto, I'm his Robin. But he was great because he was a child psychologist. He's a perfect person to do the interviews.
Really? So you went with the GM?
Yeah, who knew all about all about pop culture and all about B movies.
Oh, that must have been very interesting.
Totally. His lexicon of knowledge was impressive, particularly when we start talking to Roger Corman and we could dispel some myths, right? Which is great.
So where does I got to talk about this, right? Because you said you were on your way to a party.
Yeah.
Hollywood party. Tell me, in the 80s?
You got to flash. Yeah, it's great. You got to flash. This is much later. This is 2003.
Oh, 2003.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Sophisticated Hollywood party.
Yeah.
Almost digital.
But the retinue of good folks you loved. Lots of ex-playmates. And my favorite was Cynthia Meyers, Miss Holy Toledo, December 1968.
Holy Toledo.
Right? You got to flash a picture, right?
She's
God bless her. Yeah, it was awesome. She's really cute, lovely girl. And she kept pulling me out with her BFF to smoke some awesome California gold.
Oh, my goodness.
Amazing. But great party ensued. Gals all having fun. And I got to get some shots.
Yeah.
So I managed to convince Lori, Haji, and Tura to put on some S&M type gear. So I got the gals in stilettos with the riding crop. And I've got grandmothers walking down Topanga Canyon, right, as the sex vixens, right? It was great for the show.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah. So to cap it off, brother, I noticed one guy at the party. He seemed to be excited about everything.
Sure.
Just got red all the time, right?
Well, yeah, who wouldn't be?
And so I thought, he's perfect. And so we lined everybody up, and I put this good fellow right in front of Tura and Haji and everybody.
Yeah.
Tura winks at me because we're on the same page on this one. And so she's got the riding crop and gives him a little tap, and he gets so red. Oh, man. Right?
You weren't on the same page. You were on the same centerfold.
Maybe, right? So I said to the guy, take your shirt off. Gone. I thought it was maybe a tearaway. It maybe had Velcro.
Oh, no.
Gone.
Oh, God.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in a show. Anyways, he's pretty red now. So as I'm rolling this end credit, Tura keeps whacking him with the riding crop. And all you see is his face going, Hollywood party, man. Right?
Oh,
Cool.
love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
So I had to cap it off. I had to cap off the whole thing because the piece de resistance, crescendo, is meeting the Pope of Pop Cinema, Roger Corman.
Roger Corman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens? Tell me
Well,
about it.
finally get a yes from Roger Corman. And I'm talking to his associate, and she's on the phone and telling me that Roger would love to do it, but it's $1,000.
Oh, okay. So he wants money.
Yeah, I'm in driving classics. We
Sure.
don't have any money, so I'm forthright, and I explained that. But I said, hey, look, please tell Roger I know a great place, burger place off Sunset Boulevard. I'll buy him a great burger, shakes, and I'll tell him fantastic Canadian jokes. I get a call back in half an hour, and I'm driving up to the desert because I'm out there to meet Fred the Hammer Williamson, who was a great star in black exploitation films. So I was going to kind of mine that genre.
Okay, so you were on our way to see Fred the Hammer.
Flying out there, man, convertible. I got the roof off. I'm enjoying California, right?
Right.
My boss beside me. This is great. I get the call, and they said, yes, Tony, Roger will do the interview. No problem. An hour and a half from now.
For the burger?
This is great. Oh, by the way, Roger's okay without the burger.
Oh, he's not going to go for the burger.
No, but he'll give you the interview. So, wow, we had to think fast. So I said, I was chicken shit. I didn't want to call Big Fred.
Okay, I guess not. He's a big guy.
So I made a deal with Paul. I said, here's the deal. If I get the okay for Corman, I drive us back. I'll pull a Yui, right? You got to call him.
Oh, sure. Psychologist. Put him on the phone.
So we did that, and I'm on my way to see Roger Corman. Amazing.
So you're heading back down to LA?
Yeah.
And what happens?
So we get in, we have a one-on-one time with him, and Paul, knowing as much as he does, which is a fantastic choice, and kudos to you, Paul, knew everything about Roger Corman.
Oh, this is great.
And so there were certain, don't forget, Roger Corman came up with some great titles, like Attack of the Crab People, was it She God of a Shark Attack? And my favorite is The Man with the X-Rays Eyes, Ray Milland. So really cool stuff. It was just really cool to be with somebody who was, when you're growing up in film school, this is the guy, the independent filmmaker who made it all happen and launched tons of careers, story career himself, and he's still with us. I think he's like 96 now.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, good for you,
Yeah.
Roger. Thank you so much again. And I will buy you that damn burger.
Can I ask, what is the burger place?
I don't remember the name of it. I just always remember the decor, and it looked like futuristic 50s. So you can imagine me. It looked like a spaceship, so that intrigued me. Anything shiny, right? And the waitresses wore a period sort of cocktail as you'd find at a soda jerk bar, which I thought was really cool. I love the nostalgia. And the burgers, almost as good as Canadian ones. Yeah.
Well, that's true. I mean, you can't beat Canadian beef.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Well, Tony, I want to thank you for this episode.
Thank you, man.
I mean, what a ride.
Yeah.
We went from Batman, Batmobile, Batman again, Robin, Bond, Cars, Faster Pussycat, Kill. Now you're the Cape Crusader.
The hybrid.
The hybrid Cape Crusader, absolutely. Because
Meg
guess
Reed
what?
Disappeared.
These two superheroes don't actually get along, Superman and Batman. But more on that in another episode. So again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the Corn RC community. And thanks to Tony for these stories. Please, again, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and tune in for some new episodes coming up because we're going to have some giveaways and some other awesome things.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic.
Great.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time